I tease her. I definitely need to work on my own communication stuff. She gets mad at me for not sharing details sometimes, like not talking enough. And she's right sometimes. Sometimes I don't share enough. She actually, I don't know if she's right about this example, but she still blames me on our first vacation. She blames my lack of giving what were apparently important details for her falling quite hard down an escalator. And I like that you guys are laughing already. That makes me feel like I understand you people. Here's what happened. You can decide if it was my fault. We flew from LA to San Francisco. We're walking through the airport, carrying our luggage. We run into the first escalator that we're going to take down to the BART transit system to go into the city. I have my luggage behind me. She's behind me with her luggage behind her. And then some dude behind the both of us has his luggage and picks it up and just sprints past us. And I want to know what that guy's up to. It was very weird and strange, and I start making assumptions in my brain. Right? And I'm like, and I decide, though, to share none of those assumptions with Lindsay. Because I love her, but I've just been, you heard the voicemail. I've been on a plane with her for 75 minutes where I've essentially been a verbal hostage. I'm tired. I've been with her for an hour and 15, solid hour and 15 of me basically going, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, what? Yeah, okay, yes. I have nothing left. And I'm empty, and I just need 2 minutes of quiet to rebuild my soul to a level where I can love another human being again. And so I keep all these assumptions in my head. I'm like, where's this guy going? Why is this guy running? Oh, okay. He's running to that train. It's probably gonna be a long wait for the next train or he wouldn't run. I bet those doors are gonna close quick. This guy knows what he's doing, I like it. Now I know that we have to get our asses in that train immediately. Because Lindsay said if we don't make it to our hotel by 8 o'clock and we're already cutting it close, we don't even get to go out tonight. Right? So now I know that we have to run to make this train. Right? And it's gonna be hard. We don't get to go out because her feet are killing her. And her feet are killing her because she's wearing the boots that she says she wore from me, because I think those boots are sexy, and I do think those boots are sexy in the bedroom, and I fucking hate those boots everywhere else on earth. I swear to God, every time she puts them on, 10 minutes in, she complains the rest of the night about how much her feet hurt, until eventually I feel so much tension in my chest, I feel like I need to rip those boots off and beat a stranger before I have a heart attack, or aneurysm, or some word I don't even know about yet. So now I know I have to get my ass and her ass into that train immediately, or my whole day is complete shit. And so I think all of that in a series of flash thoughts over about 2-3 seconds of real time. The rest of the world just sees me going, and out of nowhere to her, I just go, go! And I grab my luggage and I run as fast as I can. And I assume that she's right behind me. I assume that she has also properly assessed the same situation. She gets it. She's on my team. I'm very incorrect. I realized later that her life was very different in those moments. She did see that guy run because she sees everything, because she's at least half hawk. But she didn't care about that guy because she also saw something I didn't, because I'm not detail orientated. She saw a painting up and to the left that she greatly admired. And she was busy just enjoying the start of a vacation. She was relaxed, standing behind what apparently was her tour guide, I was to find out later. And she was just enjoying the art, some nice landscape, just busy absorbing details that she would undoubtedly share with me at great length later. Until I wanted to find that artist's compound and burn it to destroy the rest of his work. And then out of that tranquility, it's interrupted by her tour guide just going, ah! And trying to run away from her. And that scares her, and she panics, and she tries to run after me with less success. I almost get into the train. I hear a stranger just yell, oh my God! Which you never want to hear yelled near a train, because good news will not follow that. No one's gonna follow that up with, there's so many free puppies here! It's free puppy day on the train! No, tragedy follows that. I look around, I see why they've yelled. Lindsay has fallen to a degree I still don't fully comprehend. Somehow, she had managed to pull her luggage around her, fall over her own luggage. She's face down on the metal platform beneath the escalator, face on metal. Body, crime scene position, luggage impossibly on top of her. It doesn't look good. I'm concerned about her physical health and well-being. I would love to tell you that concern was the very first thought I had, but you know what? You don't get to pick your thoughts in life. You can tell yourself that you're a beautiful person who only has beautiful thoughts, and you're a fucking liar. You don't get to pick your thoughts. Concern was a very close second thought. My first instinctual, I can't help it thought was just, how the fuck do you fall that way? Really? How do you fall forward as a sober adult and not get at least one hand down to stop your fall? She has two arms, both work, and yet she chose to lead with her face. Why is she trying to ruin her vacation? Why is she doing this to me? And then I run over to help her, to help pick her up. Incredibly, she pops up on her own. All she says to me is just, get my stuff on the train. She's very upset. I just want to listen to her at this point. I get her stuff in the train, my stuff in the train. We're both in the train. Now I want some answers. I want to know why this is happening so I can help fix it. And I start asking questions. I'm like, baby, I didn't see it. That's probably one of the worst falls I've ever been around as an adult. Let's forget about the hotel. Let's go to the hospital. You're probably bleeding internally right now. That couldn't have been good. No matter what I say to her, all she will say back is, stop, I don't want to talk about it. Baby, you're in shock. I bet you have at least 2 ribs in a lung right now. I read about this one time. Right? Let's go to the hospital. Forget about it. Let's go to the... Stop, I don't want to talk about it. How ironic. The very first time, I would like her to be more verbose, and that's when she withholds. Okay. And she won't. She won't talk. But I want to know what's happening, so I start just scanning her like some primitive doctor, because I want to find some wounds. Start looking through her hair, looking for exposed skin. It was incredible. Nasty fall. No blood, bruise, scrape, nothing. No bump. It's like she was Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. She was an obscure, heavily outdated pop culture reference that I refuse to let go of. Out of respect to Bruce and the apex of his career. But she was. I thought it was incredible. Like nothing had happened. And then once we realize she's somehow okay, that's when she starts to weep. And I'm not exaggerating that word. I'm not talking about teary eyes. I'm talking about multiple tears flowing down cheeks. And that makes me sad for her. Makes me feel empathy towards her. But just like thoughts, you don't get to pick your feelings and emotions. In addition to empathy and sadness, I also felt frustration and shame and a lot of embarrassment. Right? Because she's crying, you guys. She's weeping like a baby. She's a grown-up. She's not bleeding, but she's crying like a baby. And I want her to put on her big girl panties, soldier up, and make it back to the hotel and let this out in privacy like a grown-up. Because I hate being around a weeping woman in public. It's one of the things I hate most in life. Because in moments like that, people feel sorry for her. They feel very differently about me. In those moments, I'm reminded that apparently I look like the kind of guy who probably beats the shit out of women. That's the clear assumption of everyone outside of earshot. Everyone who can hear me knows the score. They hear me saying stuff like, baby, I think you're hurt. I really think, okay, you're not gonna listen. I think you're making a bad decision. I think we should go to the hospital. All right, I can't force you, but you're probably bleeding internally. I bet you are. I've read some stuff, I bet you are. All right, well, you're gonna do what you want then. Everyone else just sees me looking like me, hunched over, a petite, weeping woman who's just fallen downstairs. They just see me, I know what they think. They think I'm saying stuff like, that's why I fucking pushed you, because you don't listen. You don't listen. And that's why Banana Feet takes a shortcut down the magic stairs. Because he's just like your mother. He's just like your mother. And apparently, all of that was my fault. All of that could have been avoided if I just would have mentioned my plan earlier in the evening, if I would have shared details. And if I could go back in time and tell her what she wanted to hear and make it all better, would I do that? No, absolutely not. From my perspective, that was the most memorable, fun day maybe in our entire relationship. I mean, pretty good day, really. It's always a nice day when you're around somebody who has a nasty fall, because you get the same adrenaline rush as having a nasty fall yourself, none of the pain of a nasty fall. And she wasn't bleeding, so she wasn't really hurt. We did make it to the hotel by 8 o'clock, almost on the dot, so we got to go out and have some fun. Deal's a deal, I insisted. Went out to a nice bar, we had a couple drinks, ended up having a great time, got to go back to the hotel, got to have sex with those boots still on, and I get to tell this story for the rest of my life. So, not bad. Not a bad day. It's a good sport.